Morning, hi there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lisa and I'm about to go shopping in Lidl. I've got my shopping list done. I've just been menu planning for the week and I like to try and only buy things that are on my menu for the week. That way I find there's much less wastage. I've been doing more trips to Lidl recently. My daughter's at uni, comes home to work at weekends. She only is at uni a few stops away and that's where we meet. It's right by the station and I tend to do a lot of my shopping there these days just purely for convenience. We do have a little Waitrose where we do our bits and pieces if we need milk and bread, and there's certain things that we do particularly like to buy there, but I'm doing a lot of the fruit, veg and all that kind of thing at Lidl these days. So I'm doing my shopping. I also want to do some baking later. I picked up a recipe card yesterday in Waitrose that I really fancy trying. It's a pear cake, but I've adapted it and I'm going to do it with apple, and it's got cinnamon in it and what was the other thing? Almonds.
And
yeah.
Banana, wasn't it?
There's no banana, no. And I also want to make peanut butter cookies, so I'm going to be buying the ingredients in Lidl today and I'm going to bake those as well. Really hope that you enjoyed today's video. I have spent £41 every time I go to Lidl lately and do my weekly shop. I spend £41. It's really funny. I'm going to go through and show you everything that I've got now. I really like the potted herbs. They're 45p each. I do tend to get through quite a lot though. I use them up. Got crappy ham for Louis. I picked up some jumbo prawns for tonight. I'm going to do some Chinese style like special fried rice type thing. Going to give this a go for baking today. I want to make some peanut butter cookies, which is what I'll be making later. Really impressed with that price at £1.19. Got some natural yogurt to go with an Indian. Sorry, I've got the washing machine on. And I've bought corn crispy nuggets, corn pieces. This whole pack of chicken, there is so much there, $8.99, so I'm going to split that up and freeze it for meals. Fish fingers we always have as a standby in the freezer. Spring onions, courgette, 99p sweet corn. The apples were on offer. They have little offers on as you walk in. These were 75p, and I've got carrots, red onions, mushrooms and green beans and a courgette as well. And it's the baking stuff where I really save my money. Flour is only 45p. I've also picked up some mango chutney. I'm doing an Indian tomorrow. So I've got poppadoms, I've got a load of naan breads. Louis got his girlfriend over as well. Going to do a lasagna in the week. These noodles are a really good price. They're only 59p. I like to keep marshmallows in the cupboard for when I'm baking and also for hot chocolates. The quinoa is an amazing price at 99p. Got coconut milk, mint sauce for the cupboard, and I thought these might be nice for lunches for Louis in the week for school, like little flatbreads. And I've got some cheese topped rolls for him for this weekend. Flaked almonds, which is what I'm going to be baking with shortly. And I also picked up some sunflowers, and that came to £41 and 44p. So I'm making the peanut butter cookies. I'm throwing everything into my mixer. I am turning this into a vegan recipe, and I'm using the dairy-free marge, and I'm also leaving the eggs out of the recipe. So far everything I've used here has come from Lidl, including this peanut butter. This is our favourite peanut butter, and it's actually palm oil free as well, which is sometimes quite tricky to find. So I've actually got double the ingredients in there, as I'm going to make up a double batch. And I'll link up the recipe, the original recipe below. Another little change I'm making to this recipe, I haven't added the eggs, but I'm also adding some golden syrup. I've added about 2 tablespoons into there, bearing in mind that I've doubled the quantity of the recipe. Spread them apart nice and wide. The oven is on 180, and then You just press them down lightly so you get a little forky bit in them. If the mixture is a little dry, you can add a drop of milk. I've just added some almond milk just to try and moisten it a little bit. Makes it easier to stick together. So a little bit later, the cookies are made and I'm now going to make the cake. Now with the cookies, I added the milk to the second lot that I popped in the oven. They are so much nicer, so definitely go with adding a little bit of milk. They're very, very crumbly, the first batch. So that was my first batch and that was my second batch, and these ones are definitely nicer. This is all the cake ingredients except for the it's pear on the actual cake recipe. I'm going to do apple. I've thrown everything in and I'm going to mix it up. It's actually a Waitrose recipe that I'm doing, but I'm changing the recipe. If you've noticed, I'm not great at following recipes. I always kind of add my own spin on things, and it's a pear recipe. I'm adding apple instead, and I'm not using the usual method that it says on there. I'm throwing everything in, mixing it up, adding the apple and sticking it in a loaf tin. I like to try and simplify things. And now I'm just going to fold in all the apple and then pour it into the loaf tin. I put the cookies in for 12 minutes, but keep an eye on them depending on obviously how big you've made them. The cake is now in the oven, 160, and it says for an hour and 15 minutes. So I've put the timer on for an hour and I will check it after that time. The cake is out the oven and I've just mixed up a little bit of glacé icing and poured it over the top and added some flaked almonds. I can't wait to try that now. The cake has been very well received. There's just a little bit left now and it's lovely and appley all the way through. A really nice sweet cake. If I'm really honest, it's not one of my favorite cake recipes. Everybody else has really enjoyed it. I don't know, for me it just didn't quite hit the spot. But it was fun to make and it's always fun to try a new recipe. Let me know if you give it a go. I'll leave the link below. I really hope that you've enjoyed today's video and I will see you very soon. Thank you. Bye.